Yeah, 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 yeah. Living in Babylon, huh? Stay safe though, you know what I mean? Yeah, stay safe, straight up, straight up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my niggas with me. You know we rollin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch, don't nothing come free. Pay me what you owe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my niggas with me. You know we rollin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch, don't nothing come free. Pay me what you owe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. These niggas full of buffoonery. Try me, they gon' read your eulogy. Gemini, you know it's two of me. Niggas don't know what to do with me. Alien, I feel immortalized. Only protected, we fortified. Nigga, you die, play with Mordecai. Lay in the ditch if you play with bitch. Roll Tide full of pride, here we go. Roll Tide full of pride, here we go, baby. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. Roll Tide full of pride once again, all day, all night. Now I got some segments to get into. The football season getting closer. Training camp getting closer. One thing about it, you can't run from the season. Kalen Deboer can't run from the season. No one can run from the season. And the players cannot run from competition. But Stephen A. Smith going at Kalen Deboer, K-Dog, pretty heavy because of something he said about the national championship, or not the national championship per se. But Stephen A seems to feel a way. So, you know, I got to break it down in the boogie downtown. Now, first, Stephen A. Smith speaking on Alabama business. It seemed like he picks and chooses when he really wants to speak and talk about Bama. You understand me? When he wants to go on a big rant, really disrespect, really try to check Deboer. Only time he seems to come around and speak on Bama is when he wants to speak about Deboer. Kind of get his bully on, huh? Per se. Well, guess what, Stephen A. Smith? You know it. I know it. I bully the bully. I repeat, I bully the bully. So here we go. So first segment, main segment will be about Stephen A. Smith. We're going to break it down and see just what he said. Not only him, but Paul Feinbaum as well. See, Paul Feinbaum, he kind of plays the middle, etc., but he disrespects here and there. Deservingly so. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted, misconstrued. All the criticism that Kalen Deboer, K-Dog, has received, he has earned for sure. But at the end of the day, college football, every season is different. It's a brand new year per se. Can he redeem? Will he redeem himself? If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan as well. This is a Bama football channel and a Minnesota Vikings channel. But same situation for KOC. You understand me? Same situation. Matter of fact, they're both in the hot seat per se, depending on how you want to look at it, etc., which aspect you want to look at it from. But at the end of the day, Kalen Deboer has a lot to prove. The loss to Indiana, the smashing, the smacking, the slacking that they received from Indiana, piss poor, inexcusable, no doubt. Fans have every right. We had every right to be mad, but are you going to sit and dwell on it forever? Are you going to give Kalen Deboer, K-Dog, a chance this year? 1 year, it only takes 1 year to get to a natty, to make a playoff push, etc. So how long will you really hold this against Kalen Deboer? You know, he's made improvements. You got to give credit where credit is due. As far as recruiting goes, he's done that properly. Hit the South properly, SEC territory properly. You know it. I know it. You know, as far as winning goes, progress every year. We've seen progress every year. Of course, did they go out the way we wanted them to last year? Hell no. Is that the Bama standard? The Bama way? Hell no. But it was progress. They did get better. So you must take everything into consideration when you're really trying to judge K-Dog fairly. I mean, hell, I understand if some people may not judge him fairly. Stephen A may have a point right here, but we're going to see, we're going to find out in a minute right now. But at the end of the day, just give the man a fair chance. He's not Saban. Everybody can't be Saban. Matter of fact, it's a totally different era than when Saban was in there. Totally different era than when Saban was in. Now, did Saban have to adapt to some things? Oh, yeah. Will K Dog have to adapt to some things? Of course. But nowadays, you're what? Playing with money. Pay for play, baby. Different game now, different ball game now. Kind of wicked. Some may call it kind of wicked. Matter of fact, kind of tainting the college football game, making it more of a business than football. You understand me? And once again, no one ever said them boys shouldn't get paid, but how much? Are you trying to get them to crash out? You know? Are you trying to get them to make unnecessary mistakes? And at the end of the day, what are they competing for? Does the NFL even matter? No, hey, play the business, play the game. But if it's about football here, legacy here, playing at the highest level, does it even matter anymore? Once a man make 10 mil, 20 mil, etc. Will he still have the love for the game? And understand me clearly, get your bread, definitely. But will the love for the game still be there? Or will it run out, go away, fade away when they get that big old check, 20 mil, 30 mil, want to do something else with it, want to sit back, relax? You never know. You never know. So, in a certain sense, you are tainting the game. Understand me? Then when you get past the money and the pay for play, it is still college football. May the best man win. It is still about development, coaching, recruiting, etc. Never get it twisted or misconstrued. But let's go ahead and get into Stephen A. Smith. We're going to start with him first. Then I'm going to get into some Bama juniors, sophomores, I believe, sophomores or juniors looking to make an impact this year, be a starter this year. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Get to it. Let's get to it. Hold on, where are we at here? Guess I haven't pulled it up yet. 1 second. What's going on here, bro? Biggs. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. There we go. All right, 1 second. Hold up. Hold up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And once again, this is Stephen A. Smith speaking on Kalen Deboer, K-Dog, about something he said about winning the natty or not winning the natty once again. Let's just find out what he got to say. See if it's true, see if it's false. And talk about that, but let's not talk about him not saying he wants a natty. Talk about anything else. Cool. Talk about Bama getting dominated by Indiana. Put that on him. Facts, big facts, no cap. Talk about them having a piss poor first year with them. That's cool. You can talk about that, but you want to do that, bet. Talk about the real stuff as well, the positives as well, about how every year he's been at Bama, their record has been better, improved. His recruiting has been solid. So let's give credit where credit is due. But of course, understood, he gets no pass. He has a lot to prove. This is year 3. If he has a piss poor season, he's out, and he should be out. But what is piss poor? What is bad? I'm not sitting here saying that Bama has to win a natty for it to be a successful season. No, but you must do better than you did last year, period. You must progress. You must make it further in the playoffs. Once again, bring it back. Is the ultimate goal natty? Of course. Everyone knows that round here, round yonder. Come on now, stop it. We know that. He know that. But it takes certain steps to get to a natty, to be a consistent, competitive, playoff-bound team, especially in this era of football. And as you know clearly, Stephen A. Smith, clearly it's about money now even more. It's about real money even more, and you still have to deal with tampering on top of that. So let's talk about the real laws, Stephen A. Let's break it down in the boogie downtown for real, my dog. If we're gonna do it all the way, do it real thoroughly and thorough. It's a different game, a different age. So to win one natty, to make a playoff push, a playoff run is difficult now. You can no longer stack teams up unless you have the guapino, funds federale denali, guapino machismo, linguini fettuccine, baby. You know it. I know it. So what are we really talking about round yonder, Stephen A. Smith? So check yourself for your wreck yourself. Roll Tide. Let's get back to it.
Get shellacked 38-3. You get embarrassed.
Talk about it. Talk about it. You may talk about it. You must talk about it. But once again, I repeat, just because he didn't mention or say right now at this moment, Natty wasn't the only focus he had or his main focus, that doesn't mean he doesn't want to win a natty, Stephen A. That doesn't mean he doesn't understand the importance of winning a natty, Stephen A. Hands down, man down, period. You know it. I know it. Here we go. Let's get back to it.
You waved a white flag. You surrender to an ass kicking on national television.
It wasn't about surrendering. It wasn't about surrendering. It was about being unprepared, Stephen A. Lack of execution, Stephen A. Smith. Bad coaching, bad play, injuries, etc. Quarterbacks making bad decisions. O-line getting worked. All of the above. All of the above. It wasn't no surrender. Matter of fact, news came out, rumors, speculations are some of the players were taking Indiana lightly off the rip. So who does that fall on? Being unprepared, not mentally locked in, not physically ready. That falls on Kalen Deboer, K-Dog. But never say surrender, period. You understand me? Had a bad game, a horrible game. Let's see this year, though, Stephen A. Pay attention this year. Matter of fact, keep that same energy, Stephen A. I repeat, keep that same energy, Stephen A. All year long, all along. Here we go. Let's get back to it. What Stephen A. left out, he certainly knows that's important. He just said it. He understands it, which we all understand that shit. National championship or nothing. You understand me? Heavy. But like I said earlier, will this season only be successful if they win a natty? No. I just want to see progress, get deeper in the playoffs. Now, like I say, now the national championship, semifinal run, whatever, push, a real playoff run, ideal. That would be lovely. That's what you want, of course. Of course, as fans, that's what we all want. What the hell you mean around here? You know it. I know it. Win the natty every year, period. That's the Bama way right there. But it's not like that right now, at least, no more. Different game, different realm. And him and Nick Saban went up against different battles. But you're going to say what he said. Make sure you said what he said for real, Stephen A. Smith. See, that be the problem right there. They get up there, say what they want, and not just him, all them, all y'all, all these so-called experts, analysts, etc. Some don't know what the hell they talking about at all. Straight up, get up there and just say whatever, never corrected, never said nothing to. Never asked why, how, I wonder, that's not right, that's incorrect, hold up, bring it back. He just disrespected this man and acted like, oh, he was nonchalant and just said, oh, I just want to make people better around me. And that's it. I'm Kalen Deboer K-Dog, and that's all I care about is making people better around me and shit. You biscuit head punk chunk. Put some respect on K-Dog's name, man. For real. Matter of fact, Stephen A., you really, really don't want to see that boy K-Dog on the field or the ring. I'm going to tell you that right now. Here we go. Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? You really don't want to see K-Dog on the field or in the ring, Stephen A. So fall way back, 1-2 way back, my dog. For real. Let's get back to it. Roll Tide. So he understands the importance of winning a natty. Let's keep asking. Nothing wrong with saying that. Nothing wrong with saying that once again. So Stephen A. want to get all hype and brolic and tough and this and that, get his bully on. For what? And he said, be the best. Make the team the best we can be. My guys, the best they can be. Coaches, the best they can be. What the hell does that lead to, right? Stephen A. Smith, a national championship. Duh. Light bulb, bling, 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 bling. The hell you telling me here, Stephen A? He just trying to reach and reach. He just wants something to say about Bam. He'll never want to speak positive about Bama. Anytime something come out that punk chunk mouth, it's always negative about Bama, Kalen Deboer, K-Dog, man, him, Paul Feinbaum. At least Paul Feinbaum come out and say some respectable things type shit. But Stephen A., hell, all he do is come with the negative vibes, negative energy, Deboer, Saban. It's different now. It's different now. And guess what? K-Dog don't gotta be Saban. Yeah, we want him to win like Saban. That's the ultimate goal, but he don't got to have the personality, even the persona of Saban, period. You understand me? Heavy. That's not realistic. That's not a real way. K-Dog, Kalen Deboer will be who he is, whether you like it or anybody else like it or not. Stephen A. Smith, who the hell you think you is, you jive turkey punk chunk, coming up in here round yonder. Ain't nobody checking you about nothing. Paul Feinbaum just looking, smiling, giggling. I'll slap him beside his big cone head as well. Shout out Paul Feinbaum, man. I'm playing with him, man. But he's sitting up there smiling and giggling. Cone head, huh? The dude in the middle looking puzzled, appalled, like he don't know what to say. Oh, Stephen A. just talking. He JT. He just talking. Bunch of rhetoric, man. Come on now. He's speaking on Bama business. Ain't nobody gonna check him about Bama business, huh? But y'all want to check K-Dog about Bama business, huh? Come on, man. Stop it. Boy, bye. Here we go. Let's run it. So say what he said actually, Stephen A. Say the right thing for real. Here we go. Let's run it.
Day.
That is one way to dance
to our players, trying to maximize what we're capable every single day.
That is.
Well, was he not hype enough for you, Stephen A? He didn't say it the exact same way y'all wanted him to say it. That's why. Here we go. Go back and take a look at Nick Saban's pressers and stuff like that, Stephen A, and you compare and tell me how many times did Nick Saban say, hey, my main goal is just the natty this year, right? Now he said it's many more to come. This just the beginning, etc. You hear me? But it's a lot more to focus on. It's a lot more to focus on than just the national championship, Deboer, right? Other things matter. Other factors matter with your team. Chemistry, connection, cohesion, respect, communication, etc. You know it. I know it. Or maybe you don't know it, Stephen A, because I know you never took a snap of the ball. Oh, hell no. He ain't never heard of blue for the two. Blue for the two. Hey, but hey, you hear me? He ain't never been around that'll touch that, but it's cool. You understand me? But don't sit up here and disrespect and neglect type shit. Here we go. Run it.
Yet, and they
Crazy
ask
word.
you about your ambition, your.
And so he finna lie right now. He finna lie through his teeth right now. That's why I went back on the replay like the relay, because he finna lie again right now. Roll Tide full of pride, man. Roll Tide. Ain't nothing rolling but the damn tide. Here we go, Jack. No cap. Matter of fact, how many times have you heard Nick Saban speak, Stephen A? You know? Him and Nick Saban are two different men, two totally different men. He doesn't have to be or speak like Nick Saban. He don't got to follow Nick Saban per se. All he need to focus on is winning. And one podium, something he said at the podium, one presser doesn't define if he wants to win or not. I don't care what you say or nobody else on your panel says, period. Understand me? Most of the time, they're your yes men anyway. No cap. Yeah, like he got to be like Saban or something. No. Only way he needs to resemble Saban is what? Winning. That's all that matters at Alabama, right? Winning, period. That's the ultimate standard, ultimate goal, winning. Of course, he knows natty is the goal. You think he don't know that? What you left out, he said that earlier, Stephen A. Smith, you jughead. Once again, you hear me. It's funny, they leave out little subtle things, subtle sayings that mean a lot, that tell a lot. Then they reach, boom, and run with it. I get it. Here we go, man. Roll Tide. Let's get back to it. Wow.
And Stephen A., I know how Jordan feels about this because we've sat around and talked about it. He
Here
doesn't.
come Paul. Here come Paul. Let's see which Paul we get today. Here we go. The Paul that rocks with Deboer, or the Paul that don't like Deboer at all. Huh? The Paul Feinbaum, the Feinbaum that rides Bama nuts, or the Pine Feinbaum that doesn't ride Bama's nuts. You hear me? Here we go. Roll Tide.
Think words matter at media days. They do matter, though, Jordan and Stephen A., for this reason, because you're trying to raise.
No one said they ain't. No one said they didn't matter at all. But what he said wasn't bad. What he said wasn't wrong. What he said definitely doesn't rub the fans or rub the players the wrong way. Why would it? Especially after hearing the players speak. Here we go, these guys trying to stir certain things up, right? Really make something out of nothing per se. Because he said nothing wrong. Nothing he said makes you think, oh, he's not ready for the season. He's not prepared. And you can ask that question on GP, of course. But he answered that question how he wanted to, first of all. And at the end of the day, it was about getting everyone around him and himself better. What does that lead to, equate to? National. Hold on.
And all the.
How are we saying, how are you going to sit up here and say a man doesn't have the DNA to do it? The man took Washington, a piss poor Washington team at that, to the national championship versus Michigan. All because, and they got dominated because they didn't have the firepower or the run game or trench play Michigan had. You know, Kalen Deboer is building the team he wants at Bama. We want to talk about progress and success. The man has gotten better every year at Bama. Who are they to say he doesn't have the fortitude to win because he didn't mention a natty? And what player is it, Feinbaum? Say his name, please say his name. You can't say something like that and not say bruh name. Matter of fact, tell bruh, say his name, period. You're taking one thing Deboer says and talking about he doesn't want to win a natty. That's why he won't win a natty. What? What type of sense does that make at all? Period. See, I want him to go up there and talk and say, oh, yeah, every year I want to win 10 natties while I'm here. Every year I want to win every year. I want to win a natty this year, natty next year, everything. Main focus natty. That's all I care about is natty. What? Then he go out there and not win a natty. Then what? Once again, which matters more? Him talking at the podium on SEC Media Day only in one moment of the college football season, or what he does on the field, Feinbaum? What defines him most? What he says or what he does on the field? Feinbaum. You hear me? Heavy. His coaching, how his players execute or not execute, the consistency of his team that will define him ultimately. Feinbaum. So you and Stephen A. getting up here talking about, what he said was horrendous. That's why he won't win. What? You make no sense at all. Are you kidding me here? For real. Boy, bye. Here we go. Let's get back to it. Stop playing on his top, man. Let's work. This will be year 3. Give him time. Can you give him time? What the hell are we talking about here? Like, damn, you want the man to just come in, win 3 in a row? 3 in a row? You're going up against Manyan, Guapino, Federale. You're going up against tampering, right? Schools with more money than you. You know, kids, players selling their soul for diamonds, riches, bitches, huh? You know it. I know it. So let's not act like it's just an easy task here. Players hitting the portal, entering the portal. So let's bring it way down. You, the player who said it, tell him speak up, matter of fact, as well. Anybody else who got a problem with what Deboer said at the podium, talk to me about his actions on the field, the first game of the season or the first 5 games of the season, then talk about what he said at the podium. You know what I mean? SEC Media Day, he simply said the main focus is not just the natty. He understands how important winning championships are here at Bama. Did y'all miss that? Did you not hear that part? But I got to keep reiterating it because they keep trying to run with it like he says something wrong. And what they're saying is erroneous, period. They're taking it way to left field. He said he understands the importance of winning natties for sure. But his main focus right now is making everyone around him better. His personnel, his coaches, his players, himself, etc. And what does that lead to at the end of the day? Bozos. Huh? National championship. Natty. Better team equates to national championship winning team. Here we go, man. Hey, JT, just talking. Let's get it. He's been adapting. He's been adjusting. What do you mean? What are you talking about right now, bro? If anyone has done adjusting, it has been K-Dog. He adjusted last year with a better season. He adjusted last year to beat Oklahoma, come back and win, beat Oklahoma down 17. He adjusted as far as recruiting goes, as far as who he is as a coach goes, as far as him getting into better shape. You understand me? Heavy. So don't sit here and disrespect this man, because guess what, Stephen A? I get on your head top, make your head drop. If don't nobody else do it. Because guess what, Holmes? You speaking on Bama business right now, and you don't know enough about Bama business, obviously. And only time you come around is to speak negatively on Bama business anyway. You know nothing about K-Dog Deboer. You know what I mean? You don't know about his battle at Bama, what he walked into at Bama. You hear me? Of course, he's held to the highest standard. He should be. He making the millions, the big bucks. Of course, he don't get he don't get to evade blame, absolve from anything. Period. It's on him this season. He is the main culprit this season. He is the X factor this season. But let's not act like he hasn't shown or given us progress or reason to believe in him. That's why you get it wrong right there. You want him to be Saban. You want him to be a Kirby Smart. He's him, not them. You understand me, Stephen A. Smith? Huh? Bozo, clown. Yeah. Lock in, K-Dog. Lock in, bro. For real. Roll Tide. Let's work.
We got to sit up there and become a bit more efficient. Period. We're the Georgia Bulldogs. That's what Kirby Smart said.
So, and once again, and nobody care what the hell Kirby Smart said. That's Georgia, bro. That's Bama. What up? You know it. I know it. Here we go.
The hell? Why the hell can't?
He doesn't want to smoke. You don't want to smoke. Really, reality, Holmes. You don't want to smoke, Stephen A. Heavy. How do you know what smoke he doesn't want? Once again, did he want the smoke last year when they came back down 17 from Oklahoma? Right? Did he want the smoke last year when they improved on the season? Did he want the smoke last year when they lost to Florida State? Everybody thought the season was over. Then they went on a major run. What are you telling me here, bro? Pick and choose once again. Stop disrespecting this man. You don't know enough about Bama business. Keep disrespecting this man and all that. Here we go. Who got in the building? Who in the building, man? Let's get it. Shout out Army in the building. Army E-Post in the building. What up, big dog? Roll Tide. What up, my levy dog? Roll Tide. Here we go, man. The booster told Paul Feinbaum they wrote making calls to buy him out after the FSU loss. If he doesn't win, he's gone. Thank you, Army. My point right there, Army. Shout out Army in the building. Matter of fact, where the sirens out this bitch for real. Here we go. We go, man. My point exactly. They think he just gonna be able to run around and move around and be good losing. Like, what type of organization do they think this is? Army? What are you telling me here? For real? What he said? They would have bought him out last year if he didn't win. He's 2-1 against Kirby. Exactly. Give credit where credit is due. Exactly. They just want to bash this man because he didn't say something they wanted him to say. That's all it is right there, Army, right? Right. They're in their ego. They talking about he don't want to win because he didn't say exactly what they wanted him to say. And once again, whoever the player is who said it, bring him out, tell him, come out. What? Come on, man. Forget what he said at the podium. What do they do on the field? I repeat, forget what Kalen Deboer said at the podium. What do they do on the damn field, Jack? No cap. You hear? That's the real question right there. You know, and once again, everything Kalen Deboer said he was focused on equates to winning a national championship, being a better team overall. It all equates to being better. Once again, analysts trying to speak on certain things that they're erroneous about, never getting asked question why, never saying why, no, you're wrong, this and that. They always get a free pass with it, even Stephen A. disrespecting Kalen Deboer damn near. He don't want the smoke. He don't want to win. What? The same K-Dog who led Washington to a natty with a lack of talent. What do he have? A quarterback, that's it. A receiver, one good receiver. You understand me? You know? It wasn't elite trench play. Michigan showed you that off the rip. You know? Matter of fact, Michigan and Bama bang way better than Washington and Michigan bang. You know it. I know it. Yeah. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Exactly what Army said again. Coming in hot again. Shout out Army in the building. What up, my Levy dog, once again, man. Here we go. They would have bought him out last year if he didn't win. He's 2-1 against Kirby. Look, we could talk about Georgia alone. You hear me, Army? You coming in hot, boy. Drink that cold water. Drink some of that cold water. For real. For real, Holmes. No cap. But he's winning against Georgia. He's beating Kirby. Yeah, they got smacked in the SEC championship. All right, you take that. Bad game. Give it to you. But don't forget they went to Georgia and beat Georgia at home in their territory. Right? So you want to talk about what he needs to improve on, what he did bad. Talk about what he did good, what he's doing good right now. Talk about being a solid recruiting team still. Talk about him adapting to the recruiting ways of the SEC. And not only that, you got to always throw in there is pay for play, period. You can't escape pay for play, baby. No doubt. You know what I mean? Here we go. Weedo in the building. What up, dog? Roll Tide full of pride. Here we go. For sure. Here we go, man. Roll Tide. Let's get back to it. But these guys are false right here. False. Ring the alarm. Wow. Crazy word. Well, you have to care about certain things now, Feinbaum. So whether certain Alabama fans want to accept it or not, you have to care about certain things right now. Why? Because it's law, it's rule, it's the college football realm at the end of the day. What the hell do you mean they don't care about certain things? So you have to be realistic about college football now. So you got to take certain things into consideration. Nick Saban could stack teams up fully, years on top of years, stack them. He was brilliant at it. Can't do that now, damn near. Recruiting still matters, of course, but you're playing with money now. You're playing with business now. You're playing with the portal now, NIL now, type shit. It's a totally different game. I don't care what the fans are thinking or what certain fans may not believe. We know what college football is right now. And you ask me, Bama is adapting well, just like Nick Saban adapted well. When his coaches succeeded, went elsewhere, he brought new players in, brought new coaches in. He understood the importance of staff. Even though he may not knew some were clowns back then, i.e. per se, Lane Kiffin. You understand me? Period. Probably didn't know he was a clown back then, but even Lane Kiffin, he needed a new energy, a new dynamic in the offense. He needed someone to shake it up but still be physical, stretch the field but still run the ball and hit you in the mouth. That's what Lane Kiffin brought. Period. You understand me? That's what it is, man. Heavy. We go. Yeah, I don't know. Jordan was tripping a little bit right there on that one. I ain't gonna cap. Yeah, Jordan on that statement of Lane Kiffin, that's pretty erroneous right there. But damn, 40 mil on the roster, you better win some games. I know that. Shit, 40 mil, hey, you better win some games, a lot of games at that. Wow. But that is Stephen A. That was Paul Feinbaum. You know them, you know what it is. We're gonna move on to the next segment, man. Had to get on their head top, make their head drop real quick. Just talking cap about Bama, disrespecting K-Dog. Ain't allowing it at all. No way, no how. Roll Tide. Now, we're going to get into some player news. per se player news, you understand? One second here. We're going to talk about a pair of in-state players looking to claim starting roles in year 3 at Alabama. Here we go. Let's get to it. In today's era of college football, love it. And let's run it back. Matter of fact, here we go. In today's era of college football and college athletics in general, it's rare to see players sit and wait their turns. But for a couple of in-state Alabama players, the wait is proving to be worth it. Offensive lineman William Sanders and linebacker Q Reese. High expectations for Q Reese. We have to be real here. We have to be proper here. High expectations for Q Reese per se. He must come in and play. You saw flashes of him last year. He came in versus who? ECU, something like that. Who? The smaller teams they played, the easier teams they played. One game after Florida State, Louisiana Monroe, he flashed. You saw the speed, you saw the power, etc. Now, can he take it to the next level? Can he elevate? But it's linebacker battles across the board. The only really guaranteed starter is who? Caleb Woodson, the transfer out of West Virginia. Virginia Tech. Real animal. Kane Womack loves his effort, his motor, his want to win, want to dominate. And Kane Womack said it himself. He wants them to be more consistent, more violent on a consistent basis. Period. Here we go. Let's get back to it. Are both entering their 3rd years with the Crimson Tide, and they could find their ways into the starting lineup this fall after biding their time. Terrence Swift, the founder of Winning Edge Training, spent time with both players this offseason and saw the hunger in each of them as they prepared for the 2026 campaign. Guys don't want to wait their turn. They ain't playing. They're getting in the portal. Swift told Bama Online. Guys like Will and QB, they just show their character. Big facts, no cap. Shout out respect to them boys for sure. Like I tell you every time. Some players can't just be bought. Some players don't just run to the money. Ain't it funny? But yeah, some players don't just run to the money. They have morals, principles, integrity. Think about longevity, legacy as well. So you must give them boys respect, because in today, temptation, certain navigations they could take, they remained at Bama, remain riding and rolling, rocking and rolling with their heart from the start. Real teammates, real men. But always remember, recruiting is very important, will always be important. And all players can't just be bought by materials, perishable things. Let's get back to it. They're going to be hard workers. They're going to commit what they're going to commit to and give it all they got. And that's going to translate to the next level as well. They know when their time comes and their chance is here, they can definitely show the world what they've been missing out on the last couple of years. They now are ready for it. They've got the mindset. They've got the mentality, the strength already just to back it up and make it happen. Swift, a graduate of Alabama State, has worked with many of Alabama's top defensive linemen over the years, including Quinnen Williams, Deron Payne, Fadarian Mathis, DJ Dale, and Anthony Jennings. He spent last offseason training Tim Keenan and Isaiah Faga. Shout out Tim Keenan and Faga for sure. Here we go. And now he has worked with Sanders, Reese, and other Crimson Tide linemen. More on them soon. After spending time with Sanders and Reese this summer, he compared their situations to that of a former Alabama linebacker, smooth, Q Robinson, who waited until his senior year to break out. Sometimes the wait is worth it, Swift said. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not time to get right to it right then. Sometimes you got to grow and learn things you don't know at the moment. Big facts, no cap. I think they both have. I think it's going to show. Here we go. The guys that's from Birmingham, they're really just train hard and train different. Shout out Birmingham, Alabama for sure. Here we go, man. Their mindset is locked in for them. When they choose something and they know they're in the right position, they ain't going to just stray away from it or run away from it. No doubt. They're going to go attack it until that mission is accomplished. Here we go, Roll Tide. That's what I think QB and Will are doing. Sanders took a big step in between years 1 and 2 at Alabama and appeared in all 15 games this past season, rotating in on the first team offensive line and blocking on field goal tries and extra points. Sanders primarily worked at left guard last fall and toggled 185 offensive snaps in his second year in the Crimson Tide program, according to Pro Football Focus count. He is one of just 5 offensive linemen who returned for the 2026 season, and he received the second most playing time behind Michael Carroll, 546 snaps. Shout out Michael Carroll. Big season for him, big year for him. As we all know, he is playing guard now. How will he do? How will he adapt? Here we go. Sanders is expected to push for the Crimson Tide starting left guard position. He hasn't won it yet due to missing the spring because of an off-season procedure, but he looks healthy before the start of fall camp. To me, I think he looks better than he looked previously when I worked with him, Swift said. He's moving real good, body's looking good transition in his footwork, looking stronger, got a good punch. We're really just focused on being ready and getting his body transitioning the weight, pushing off because he's already strong and explosive. Here we go. He didn't go through the spring or nothing, but that's something he's got to just work for and fight for. I think at the end of the day, he's going to be a one. What they said? He's going to be a 1 going into the season. Okay, 1, my bad, 1. If not, he'll be subbing in until he's solidified and make sure that he's healthy and ready to go 100%. Reese has a prime opportunity in front of him too. After waiting behind veterans the last 2 years, he played in all 15 games during the 2025 campaign, mostly contributing on special teams, but he did see 47 snaps on the defensive side of the ball last season. According to PFF, with all 3 of Alabama's first-team inside linebackers exhausting their eligibility, Reese was one of the players who got reps with the ones this spring and is a top contender at inside linebacker. He called up Swift this offseason to brush up on his pass rush skills to be an all-around backer. He's understanding how to rush and angle the way he's looking for an offensive lineman, how to tag inside or outside footwork. So certain technical things, mechanics, techniques, little intricate things of the game type shit, man. Very important, can go a long way, take him a long way. Especially if the size, power, and speed is already there. Here we go. I think QB is going to be a great player. He's been a great player since high school, and now the world is starting to see who QB really is. Now he's got a chance to get that spotlight, and he's going to make a lot of plays for Alabama. Personally, I think he may go down to be one of the best linebackers to come through Alabama. Wow, big statement right there, major statement. But the flash is definitely there. You definitely saw it in him last year. How was the development? How was the development? Main question. I know that's a big thing to say, but I think QB's made for it. I think he's going to be one of the best linebackers that have come through Alabama and feed what I think he can do consistently. Respect, man. So them boys coming in and prove a point. Swift trained pair of Alabama offensive linemen. In addition to Sanders and Reese, Swift also spent a couple of days training offensive lineman Nick Brooks and Bryson Cooley this offseason. You know, Nick Brooks came in through the portal from Texas. Big dude, 6'7", 300 plus. Man, surprised he didn't really show out in the spring. See how the fall goes and summer and all that. Let's get back to it. He shared some quick thoughts on each player. On Nick Brooks. Here we go. I worked with him twice. That was my first time meeting him. From talking to him and learning about him, I think he's a kid that wants to do some big things and wants to be good at his position. We did a lot of core stability work with him, so he understands how to move his body and transition that weight and everything he's got with the explosiveness of his hips. Big dude, big body dude for sure. I think he has a chance. I'm not sure when he's on the depth chart, how it's going. He doesn't shy away from putting in that grind. That's what I like about any kid that wants to put in extra work when they don't have to do it. His body is looking good. He lost weight. He's not looking overweight. Important factor right there. He looks like he's moving good, so I think he's definitely going to have a chance. I'm not sure how he is with the playbook and everything, but I wouldn't shy away from him. I know if he's not with the starters, he'll be the backup, and he's a good backup to have if he's not a starter. And hey, backups are part of your team for a reason. Backups matter for a reason. Championship teams have championship depth charts as well. Injuries are inevitable. Rotations are inevitable, especially in this game, in this day and age of the game, for real. Here we go. Build your depth chart, build your depth chart. The more talent, the better. You can never have enough talent on the squad, on the field. Let's get it. On Bryson Cooley. Bryson is a young kid coming from high school, so he's a developmental guy for sure, I would say. He didn't really have that technical teaching, which I wish I would have had him in high school times to learn some small things. But he worked hard. He moves athletically. He's not no fat guy. He's not sloppy with his weight, so I think he's got a good future. A center guard for sure for Bama. He may be like a Will. Got to just wait his time, get in the weight room, getting stronger, and just start understanding the game more so he can slow down, so he can play faster. Let's see what else we got here, man. Get to it here. So that's pretty much it for QB Reese. You know, expect noise from him, Nick Brooks. A lot of competition battles across the board, man. Let's see if anything else interesting here. That was pretty the main part of it, the whole Stephen A. Smith situation. What this is here. Yeah, it's not too much there. So once again, roll tide full of pride. Finna get up out of here, man. Understand me. Shout out Kalen Deboer, K-Dog. Hey, don't listen to the noise. Don't eat the rap poison, K-Dog. Keep getting better, bro. Keep getting better. You hear me? Let's go, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell as well. Takes less than 1 second. Support the grind, support the channel. Why not? Let's get it, man. Roll tide full of pride, win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. Roll tide full of pride, here we come.